Plus, sleep deprivation, record-breaking heat and dehydration. Meet 3 Toronto men who holiday the hard way. Those stories coming up. If you thought your family's trek back from cottage country on the weekend was a nightmare, spare a thought tonight for another group of intrepid Ontarians. They're the first Canadians to finish a grueling rally stretching all the way from Western Europe to Central Asia. And they told their story today to Stephen D'Souza.
From long, dusty highways in the middle of nowhere to sampling the local culture, this was a road trip like no other.
It's extremely exhausting. It's very difficult.
Jason Hoffner and his friends are the first Canadians to finish the Mongol Rally, a grueling month-long adventure race where drivers go from London to Mongolia in low-powered cars. Hoffner and his team chose this old van. At the start line, their team was voted least likely to survive the trip. The 16,000-kilometer journey took them through Western Europe. The crossing in Azerbaijan proved their biggest challenge. An 8-hour ferry crossing took 2 days. Still, they stayed positive.
That's the only time I'm ever going to take that ferry. I'm certainly never going to go back there. So just sort of enjoy it for the weird experience that it is.
From there, they went through the republics of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Kyrgyzstan towards Mongolia. Along the way, they met the locals and found a way to break the language barrier.
International sign we learned for vodka is always a good icebreaker. That one, you can always make friends that way.
Amazingly, their van never broke down, but they did get lost, a lot, including right as they reached the finish line, casting a bit of a cloud over an otherwise happy moment.
Absolute confusion and exhaustion. And rage.
They finished 49th out of a field of 200, and after 10 years of trips like this, they aren't sure what can top it.
It was a really eye-opening experience to realize that basically, as long as you use some sort of sensibility, the world is really not a dangerous place.
The fun now? Figuring out where to go next year. Stephen D'Souza, CBC News, Toronto.
Still ahead tonight, we'll have the latest from